So when your tenure as the RBI Governor ended and you passed on the baton to Raghuram Rajan sir, what was your advice to him, sir?
My advice to him was, there is very competent staff in the Reserve Bank of India, both in senior management as well as down the line. So all relatively less important decisions like interest rate, money supply, regulation, all those relatively less important decisions, you can give them to your subordinates. Really important decisions, like what should be the menu for lunch, what should be the seating order in a meeting, what gift should we give to a visiting dignitary. Those are very important decisions. You focus on them. That's the advice I gave Raghu.
My question to you is, what it felt like having, like seeing people having the currency bearing your signature?
Please sit down, Nandini. When I was governor, if I traveled in the country in a car, I was very fond, I still am fond, of stopping at a roadside school and just barging in, okay? On a surprise visit, okay? When the governor, comes in a car with the coat and like this, teachers and headmaster are flustered. Who is this guy who's come in? Is he some inspector, school education, director education, somebody? And then very soon they realize, within a minute they realize that this guy is the governor. And it's very easy to introduce the governor. If the Prime Minister comes to a school, how do you introduce the Prime Minister? Okay? That he's the Prime Minister, he lives in Delhi, he attends Parliament, all that. It's very easy to introduce the governor. Right? The teachers would say, oh, this is the guy who signs on your currency note, okay? And little children, and they're 5 or 6 years old, so why don't you try to learn to sign faster so that we have more money? And slightly older children will ask, why don't we print more money so that we'll become a rich country? If a country can become rich by printing more currency, there'll be no poor countries left on the planet. So, Nandini, right? Nandini, the response to your question is, it feels great, yeah, but then you internalize it and, yeah.
So next, there's a funny incident which is mentioned in a book. The funny incident was when you are posted as assistant collector at Parvatipuram. The funny incident was you going to office on Sundays.
Yeah.
Can you just narrate that funny incident to a student, sir?
Yeah. I don't know how it is these days, but 50 years ago, I think it's still mostly like that because I went back there. If you go to old subdivisions, there's an office, there is residence for the sub-collector. And in Parvatipuram, where I was first posted, my first posting, I was still unmarried at that time. There was an office and I had a large bungalow. There was only a narrow alley between them. And the town itself was quite far away. The office and the sub-collector's bungalow were quite far away from the town. And there was not much of a barrier or between the office and home. No, these days, like this is your learning. You can't imagine that you'll sleep here tonight, right? You'll lodge here. You have a place to stay and you come here for learning. That sort of barrier was not there between my office and my residence. I was unmarried, so I used to go to the office, come back home, and at night after 8 p.m. it used to become very eerie, dark and nobody around at that time, just my watchman and I. But then on Sundays, I used to go to the office because the maid will clean my house. I don't want to be in her way. So now that I'm working, I just carry the Sunday newspapers, go to the office to read the papers so that she can clean without my interference. When the staff, sub-collector's office typically has about a dozen people. staff realized that the sub-collector is coming to the office on Sunday, so I found them. So I thought they were all there because I was coming. I called them and said, look, I'm here because I can't be at home. I don't need you. I'm not doing any work. You people go home. So they packed up and went away. Then 2 Sundays later, I went again. Again, half a dozen people were there. Again, I told them, look, you know, I told you last time, I'm telling you now, I don't need you. Just go away. If I need you, I'll call you. Again, third time I went, again half a dozen people coming there. And I got irritated, you know, because it made me feel uncomfortable that they were encroaching on my freedom of movement by coming to the office. So because they were coming, I had to stay at home, which is, you know, that was not the best option for me. So I got irritated with them and said, why do you people come? I'm telling you, go home. Then, you know, normally subordinates don't speak up to you, right? But one guy made bold and said, in Andhra, it's a feudal system. They never say you. He said, if the sub-collector pleases, I want to tell him something. Speak in third person. I'll tell you something, you won't say that. If the sub-collector pleases, I'll tell the sub-collector something. I said, okay, go ahead. He said, sir, yeah, this is the office. We have small homes, dingy homes. There's no water. There's no electricity. There's small children. Our wife is pestering us, go to the market and get vegetable oil, or the whole day, the whole week you're not here. Go and, go get some cleaning thing. Go and get this laundry done. They're pestering us. So we want to escape all that, come here. You know, we come here, there's a boy to get us tea. We're enjoying ourselves. So do you mind if we come to the office? So that's another thing you learn. Many things you learn in your experience.
So it is really wonderful talking to you.
So thank you very much. I'm grateful to you. Thank you. Please sit down.